the YouTube live starts. What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. As always, we got the TikTok live and just a quick call out TikTok. Just watched a recent video. Technically, TikTok is still to go away April 5th, unless they do end up working out a deal. China has to approve that deal. So make sure you guys are subscribed to my YT channel at Luke Basha, app with the little red play button. Nadine, thank you so much for the follow. My conversion rate is 15%. Is that good, bad, or average? That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid piece. You always want to try to increase your conversion. I think 10% is like bare minimum decent. 15% is pretty solid. Try to get up to 20. I keep getting error that my GTM is clashing with ASIN when I try to list any product. You have to get approval to sell that or get a GTIN exemption. 40% on this account, high-ish answer to that. Shaw, thank you so much for the follow. Texas, thank you so much for the follow. How to actually get those first reviews. Friends and family, Amazon Vine program. Aiden, thank you so much for the follow. 8% on this account. MH payment on ad spend. What up? Hi, how much? Yeah, 40% on this one, y'all, on this account. What up, friend? What up, Otto? How's it going? 40 plus if you include variations, Hamid. NX, thank you for the follow. Sardar, thank you so much for the follow. What was your marketing spend for that time period? 8%. So 8% of what you guys see right here was spent on Amazon PPC. Where do you advertise your products? On Amazon. On Amazon's platform. It's called Amazon PPC, which stands for pay per click. And if you guys notice, if you're ever shopping on Amazon and you see really, really small, they do a really good job at not like throwing it in your face, obvious that it's an ad, but really small. Some of the listings will say sponsored. Those are Amazon ads. Those are brands marketing their products to you. And so that's how we're marketing our products on Amazon. I wish I could have you look at mine. I'm getting killed on PPC in minimum conversion. Check out the AMZ Masterclass, brother. We'll be able to get on like a consultation call. We got you in the live before. Make those optimizations that I had mentioned to you on live. Okay, B0 CHF ZHPS. Let's see if I did that right. Did I do that right? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Let's try one more time. B0, unless that's O. Let's try O. B-O. Is it a battery, bro? I'm assuming. No, this isn't yours, is it? This is a brand. Is it this battery? Or is it Joe? Let me know. No, it's Verbame. It's on the UK market. Oh, okay, then you might have to give me a second. I have to change marketplaces. I was on .com. How to choose a product? I answered that. Let me find my place again. Let's go. Lost my place. Lost. Thank you for sharing the live. Y'all, let's get to 5K likes and 50 shares. Little trick. You can click the share button and click copy link as many times as you want, and it counts as shares. But let's get to 5K likes and 50 shares, and I will show live Amazon sales for the day. I'm late. No, Airstick, you are not. Bro, I just launched a new product. My manufacturer launched at the same time as me with the same main image, and I cannot get sales. My e-cost is 110%. I only have 3 sales. How many reviews do you have, net? It's the famous question. You guys, if you guys come into the lives often, you're going to notice. How many reviews do you have? If sales are low, reviews most likely are the issue. That's what I'm saying, Edgar. That's what I'm saying. Edgar, one of the mentorship students up in here. Hi, Luke. What up, Harper? Good to see you. My bro Jeff, another one of the mentorship students in here. Arturo, thank you for the for sharing the live. Another one of the mentorship students, and Airstick, another one of the mentorship students. I advertise my products on Amazon, Tiffany. What was your profit margins last year? 40% on that account, 35% average. Zero, bro. I submitted for Vine such a long time ago. My friend, there you go. That's your answer. Why are you even running ads with 0 reviews? I don't want to use friends and family because I have no reviews yet, and it looks says to who? It says who? You just got to know how to do it. Allegedly, I don't know a single Amazon seller who doesn't do that. I'll give the long version of this or the long version answer. What up, Richard, in the YT chat? Because I think it'll give everybody some context. When I launched my very first brand on Amazon, I was a little bit obsessed with the idea of calling my brand nationwide. What was nationwide to me? Getting a sale in every single state. So what would I do? You can just have AI write reviews these days, can't you? No, it doesn't work like that. So what would I do is I'd go through my order page and I'd literally look at the state in which all the orders were coming through, and I would mark on a little map until I reached the entire US. Now, when I was doing this, what I noticed, because I live in Southern California, right? When I was doing this, what I noticed is that there was a lot of orders coming from a 20-mile vicinity of me that were people I did not know, whether they were from social media and friends of friends or whatever, or they were just random customers because my product was popping. A lot of different orders from very close within me. How does Amazon have the Rolodex of your contact information? Who's your mom? Who's your dad? Who's your cousin? Who's your best friend? Who's this person? No, they don't. And they're also not going to flag you because Amazon is such a big marketplace that is literally inevitable that, especially whether you do live in a high populated place or not, what are the chances that people within, let's call it a 50-mile vicinity of you at some point or another, are going to buy your product on the largest e-commerce platform in the world, where I would say more than half the United States population uses Amazon. So they're not going to flag for that. Now, if you're sending people direct links and they're leaving a review the same day, or somebody who lives with you who's under the same IP address and Wi-Fi as you is buying the product, things like that are sus. But if somebody searches your product on Amazon, searches the keyword for a product, and scrolls through and clicks buy, and you have no association with like addresses or phone numbers linked or anything like that, 10-mile radius, 50-mile radius, your aunt across the country, how is Amazon going to know that that was your friend or family? Allegedly. Like I said, I'm not saying that I do this, but I'm also saying you won't meet a single private label seller on the face of this planet who doesn't do this. For the record, I'm a private label seller. Not saying I do it, but you won't meet a private label seller who doesn't do it. So yeah, hopefully that helps some of y'all and kind of alleviates some of the fear there. I have only ever met one person in my lifetime. Think about this. I go live every single day. I have 300 plus students. I've only ever met one person who got flagged for reviews on Amazon. And that was someone who was sending direct links to like literally people who lived with them, having people leave reviews like this. They did everything wrong, like not by the books. If you really think about it, it wasn't necessarily, I didn't even know how that I needed to be like not getting flagged back in the day. And even I didn't do that, had the common sense of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't send people direct links or do this or do that, right? You should have service to your website on getting 10 to 15 reviews for people. Nah, there's too much liability in that. I don't want to do that. It's something that like my students ask me to do, everybody asks me to do. That's one thing I will never do. There's liability, there's like legal liability in it. There's just the juice is not worth the squeeze. Y'all, instead of relying on somebody else to get you 10 to 15 reviews, you guys just have to understand how to hustle for reviews. Yeah, no, like I'm telling you, when I say there was no boundaries to who I asked for a review. I genuinely mean it. If we had more than 2-3 conversations, you were on my list and you had internet connection, had Prime, bought a product, or had $50 in spend on Amazon, you were a prime candidate for me to ask you for a review. I think people, like, again, I say this, I bring this up a lot, but I think people are like, oh, that's a cute little thing. Break it down to its core when I actually say it. I asked a kid who bullied me in high school, and I started my business only 2 years after high school. I asked the kid who bullied me in high school to leave me a review. I was like, listen, in my head, I'm like, I'm not a fan of you. I don't care about the past. I want this review in the present, son. And then some of you are like, I don't want to ask my cousin because he's busy, and I asked him and he didn't leave a review the first day that I asked him, so I don't want to ask again. Well, hello, students in here. Highly recommend his course. Jeff, I appreciate you, brother. Let's go. Theoretically, could I run ads and have someone search one of my keywords and leave a review from there? Yes, you can, but again, I don't think you need, I think you can do it how I said it. Average profit, about 30% for private label, the business model. I used to live in San Diego and Newport. Nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cali. You don't live in Cali anymore? That'd be a tough one, dog, to leave San Diego and Newport to go somewhere else. Two of the most beautiful places in Southern California. My number one is Laguna. I think Laguna is the best beach in Cali. If you guys ever get a chance to come down to Cali, put Laguna Beach at the top of your list. I think San Diego is second, and I would call Newport's probably my third. Can you name one good product to sell, and do you brand or reselling? I brand my own products, and no, I will not just give away a product for free because, yeah, it just simply doesn't work like that. How do I start from scratch? I'm sorry, I'm new. Step 1, create an Amazon seller account. Step 2, get a product research software and find a product to sell. Opinions on launching listing FBM to get proxy reviews, then moving to FBA afterwards? No, just do FBA. Just do it that way. Trust. How soon in advance should we work on restock order? As soon as you can. Like always, as soon as you can. You want to try to avoid running out of stock. South Carolina. Used to fish the Kelp Laguna. Nice. I was literally just at Laguna today. My own parent wouldn't write me a review, so I got into Mommy Group on Facebook and got 15 of them. That's what's up. Sometimes you got to hustle. But here's the thing, like, I guess I don't know the details, so I won't pry. You don't have to explain anything. So I don't know if it's like a relationship with your parents or whatever, but like there's no such thing as no. If someone's busy or they're like, I don't want to do it, like, I'm annoying. I'm annoying. For me, it was like such a bad, maybe a bad mindset, maybe not one to preach, but in my head, I was like, you're either a real one to leave me a review or you're going to give me some hassle. If you give me some hassle, I'm going to annoy you so much until you either leave me a review or block me. And then after you leave me a review, if you never talk to me again, I consider it a W because now I weave out, and I'm not talking about your parents, by the way, now I'm speaking generally, but now I weave out the people who I don't necessarily even care to have around, and I still get a review. It's a win-win. And all of you guys are like, I'm scared because they won't want to talk to me. Good. You get the review, and then you weave out someone who wasn't trying to support you. When you're successful, when you're eating, wish them well. God bless them. Say a little prayer for them, but they're wallpaper. Bye, Felicia. You in the Bay Area? Nah. Do you do online arbitrage? No, private label. Jerry, thank you so much for the follow. They're my biggest haters. I mean, like I said, I would still find a way. I was very creative with getting reviews. Can we do arbitrage and private label into the same account? I wouldn't. I'm trying to do something similar to Kamenstein or Ori on Amazon where they give free refills. Any tips? Why would you give free refills? That's second money, bro. I don't know those two brands, but like, let's think of, I'm trying to think of an example because we actually have a product that's like literally like this, but I'm not going to give away our product. Let's use this. So let's say you had a screen cleaner. Actually, no, that's not a good enough example. Okay, just for lack of me being able to think of something on the spot, let's say you had this screen cleaner, right? And okay, people buy this, and then maybe you have the refill version for this bottle, so they don't have to buy. Like, let's say it was a fancier spray bottle, and the spray bottle adds a lot of cost to the unit itself. So instead of making people go and buy this every time, you can sell them a refill. Brother, that can double your revenue. Why would you want to give that away for free? Even if only 20% of your customers convert on that, you can potentially increase your revenue by 20%. I wouldn't give it away for free. That's my tip. That's called second monies, and second monies is great. You want upsells. In fact, products with upsells are going to have a higher lifetime value. Again, it's not even about the shipping will cover it, that you're not losing. Make second monies. Increase the lifetime value of an order. Increase your average order cost. Literally increase the value of your business by not giving it away for free. My cousin had a big detailing business in Yorba Linda. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know the OC area all too well. Pretty much, yeah, I grew up down, well, I still live down there. I grew up down there. I actually grew up in the IE, but was always in OC. Help Amazon keeps rejecting my ungating request, even though I'm meeting all the requirements. Just keep resubmitting. Sometimes you'll get rejected. And if anything, request Amazon to send it to an internal team. I do private label, Tom. What makes you prefer private label over OA? It is the dominant business model in every single aspect. I want to own the products I sell. I'm not in the business of sitting there finding products every day, every week, every month. Like, or arbitrage sounds like a job. And that's not my biased opinion as a private label seller. That's literally what I hear from arbitrage sellers who are actually in the trenches. Not the guys who are making videos about arbitrage, the guys who are actually in the trenches with arbitrage. I mean, I would say, like, this is just I'm making up this number. It's a guess. I don't have the legit statistics, but I would guess that 25% of my students come from the arbitrage and wholesale business model. And they tell me about, you're constantly looking for products. It's like a job. Like for me, it's not passive income by any means, but I've created my business to be more on autopilot than those two business models could ever be, and higher profit margins even after advertising. I can use free refills as a selling point for similar products. Won't this allow for good sales? Brother, you have to almost think of it like this. Let's say you're doing $1 million a year on your main product, okay? You could add this free refill concept, and now all of a sudden, like, the traffic that's going to take you from $1 million a year to $2 million a year, it's going to be new traffic. And depending if your product, I'm assuming because it's what you said, or something with refills, I'm assuming it's going to be a reoccurring purchase type product. So you're going to increase your revenue by getting more customers and increasing the repeat customers, increasing your lifetime value. Okay. So imagine you had that $1 million came from 10,000 customers. Well, to increase your revenue, like if those are just your 10,000 loyal customers, ones who will just buy your product, and you offer something for free, Now you're just giving something away for free to the 10,000 people. And then maybe as you're slowly growing, that it's just going to be more attractive to the people who are already going to come into your brand. When instead you use those marketing efforts, right, to increase your main product, you go and you add this thing where you can, let's say that $1 million a month, and let's say your main product is $30, and then you can introduce this refill for $15 and make profit off of it. Well, now if all of a sudden 40 or 30 or 20% of your already existing 10,000 customers who already buy the product, who already on subscribe and save, are like, hey, I can not only buy this product, but here's a convenient thing that I can use as a refill. I'm going to buy this. Now you just, without even increasing the customers, you increase the sales of your business. Upsells are everything. And then so now once you start to go from 10,000 customers to 11 to 12 to 13, 15, etc., that side of the business grows, that $30 product. But as you're bringing in those other customers, so does your $15 product. So it just grows like this. Two pillars are growing instead of one pillar growing, and then you giving away something for free. I 100% would not be, I'm low-key making money on the free refills, to be honest. Okay, well then that's a different topic, because then that's kind of like the guys who are like, we'll send you my book for free, but you just cover the shipping. But then the shipping, maybe this is your case, but the shipping, you still make money on the other end. If you're making profit, then that's cool. I guess you could test both. But in my head, bro, because we've literally seen it play out. We had a product that was so similar. We had the main product. We offered this other product that was complementary to the main one. And instead of having to always buy the main one, you can use the other one. Doubled the size of the business. So like, you want to give it away for free, but I've seen scenarios where it literally doubled the size of the business. Okay. I only miss fishing. I don't really fish too much, but I always enjoy when I do go. Where do you live, Luca? Sorry, I don't want to dox myself on the internet. LOL, I live in the IE. One day soon I will get out of here. Yeah, the IE is interesting. IE is interesting. I always dreamed of getting out of the IE, and I was always very happy when I was able to. Weirdly enough, like as an adult, like with hindsight and everything, it was at least the place in the IE. Some parts of the IE are rough, like Elsinore, and I wouldn't want to live in Rancho or anything. Sorry if anyone lives in Elsinore or Rancho, but place where I grew up wasn't too bad in hindsight. I think it was a cool place to raise a fam. Yes, I agree. I'm 15K almost lost. Wait, what do you mean, user 23? Hey, Luke, how much would someone have to invest to start? Sorry, I'm sure you talked to. Oh, no, it's all good. I'd say 3K USD minimum. I can understand both sides. I can too, Tom. And if you're still in here, I'm not saying that arbitrage and wholesale aren't good business models. People make it work for them. It doesn't fit my life and my lifestyle and what I want for life. I don't want to always be looking for products and things like that. As it stands right now, I have such a big lead list for private label. Oops. That I could launch a new product I could launch probably multiple new products every single year for the next 30 years and never have to do product research again, assuming those markets don't develop. Actually, I guess I can't say that because markets are going to develop and stuff like that. But in terms of the approved products that I have, I couldn't stretch it for a 30-year time span. I'm low-key making, yeah, I don't think free, bro. Maria, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. I'm trying to start drop shipping. I have this guy helping me right now. He's helped me find winning product. Nice. Hope it works out. I don't even know why it's a debate here. Don't give it away for free. Yeah, I agree. in wholesale. Yeah, wholesale is not the business. 6 figures, humbled. I like the private label. Yeah, private label all day, every day. How many private labels products did you start with? 1. As I recommend everybody starting with 1. Excuse me. Should I make my own brand starting a fan in Amazon, or should I do generic listing? I always like having the brand. Protects you from IP issues, hijackers. And when you have brand registry, it gives you extra perks on Amazon. So what I'm getting from that is private label is more scalable than OA in the long term. It's the more evergreen business model. Yes, Tom. Again, I'm not the guy, like I am biased towards private label, of course, but I'm biased towards private label because if I were to break it down analytically, it literally is better. It doesn't mean one doesn't work. Something being better doesn't mean one thing doesn't work. Like maybe opening a Chick-fil-A franchise is better than opening up a Subway franchise, but it doesn't mean that opening up a Subway franchise is necessarily a bad business move. Location. There's so many aspects, right? Life isn't linear. Life isn't black and white. There's also the color gray. But yes, private label is much more evergreen. I know multiple people who have sold the same, including myself, who have sold the same product for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Some people who have sold the same product for 10 years on private label and had growth year over year on that same product, won the buy box on that product year over year, never losing it, right? And seen growth on the product year over year. So if we're looking at a graph, boom, 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 okay? There's not a single arbitrage or wholesale seller who could say that. That's not me being biased. That's not me hating on the business model. That's just a fact. There's not a single wholesale seller who can come to me and say, unless they have exclusive rights. That's a whole different topic. If you have exclusive rights, you're the only one who can sell the brand on Amazon. We're having a whole different conversation. But the majority of wholesale and arbitrage, you will not find a single seller who can say, yeah, we've had this same product for the last 4 years and we've won the buy box year over year, every single day. We've never lost the buy box and we've had growth, maybe not month over month, but we've had growth year over year on the product. Find me a wholesale seller who can say that, again, without exclusive rights, because if you're the only one who sells the brand, that's a whole different topic. I actually just was at a wedding and met some cats who do wholesale. They do really well on Amazon, 7 figures, and they do, but they have exclusive rights to the brand. And they were actually, here's a really interesting thing. They do 7 figures, top line revenue at a 10% margin. I won't stocks their exact numbers, but they're sharing with me, we're actually going to have a talk eventually. They were sharing with me how they want to get into private label because even with exclusive rights, they're like, hey, something could happen. This brand could just one day say, hey, we want to sell on Amazon, or you don't have the exclusive rights anymore. And literally business changes like that. What's good, bro? Not on much, but always here, my guy. Let's go, Chris. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love always. How was your first year in business? It was amazing. Changed my life. Changed the trajectory of my life. Should I hold off on competition with the big dogs for main keyword until I have 50 reviews? No. You could bid on it now. Yeah, I wish I could go back. Don't think like that, user 23. I understand what you're saying, and it's human to think like that. It's okay. But you shouldn't think like that because it's a learning lesson and you can't change the past, right? I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have invested in Bitcoin at 13 cents, right? But I can't think like that because Bitcoin's at 80 something or 70 something thousand. So you can't go back in time. We don't have time machines yet. All you do is understand your mistakes. You also have to understand where you were at the time in life, right? And when Bitcoin was 13 cents, I didn't even understand how to navigate the internet like that. Actually, maybe I did. What was that? 2010? I was like 11. But you get what I'm saying. I'm using a silly example with the Bitcoin thing, but you really just can't think like that in life, or else everybody would just be walking around every day. Oh man, I should have went right instead of left, or I should have, talked to this person instead of that person, or I should have married this person instead of that person, or I should have went to this job instead of that job, or I should have went to this college instead of that college. No, it's too late. Move on, learn, adapt, overcome. And here's one more thing that I want everyone to consider. So many people fear, and you're in it, right? You're in it, user 23, but so many people fear losing money or think that because they lost money, it's the worst thing ever. You want to know a really interesting secret? Some of the best things in my life have happened on the other side of adversity. I'm sleeping on my bed. Like I almost have said the story so much that some of y'all are like, oh, whatever. It's not even that deep. In a dark place of me sleeping on my best friend's couch, no car, no license, broke, $13 an hour, making at my cousin's warehouse job, right? Working for their Amazon business, left home, family drama. I feel like I'm in the storm. Had that not all happened, had I not been in that storm, I'm not an Amazon 7-figure seller. I'm not here putting you up all up on game. The people who have started selling on Amazon because of my videos, or the people who have, optimized their products because of my videos, that's not a thing. That all ceases to exist. So I could sit in life and be like, I wish that didn't happen to me. But I'm so happy that it did. In the moment, I wasn't. And the moment, the family drama that made me leave my house, and I have like not feeling like you have a home, all these things, like it messed with my head in that moment. But as I got older, as I realized that you can't have a victim mentality in life, the worst thing that's ever happened to you is still going to be the worst thing that's ever happened to you. It's not about comparing or this person has it worse or this or that. But you can only control what you can control. And I won't bore you guys with the proverb because I've said it before, but it's like the Chinese proverb of maybe. If you've never heard it, I highly recommend you guys looking it up. You never know what the outcome in life is going to be until you let it play out. Do your best, do the most work that you can, and you have to let it play out. I think the main thing with private label is more risk and more capital. I don't agree. I 110% do not agree. In fact, if we took 100, I would love this data. I truly would. But my prediction is if we took 100 private label sellers, and we took 100 wholesale sellers, and we took 100 arbitrage sellers, I would almost guarantee that the percentage of those who succeed and fail is more or less not off by more than 10%. So the same amount, roughly 10%, give or take, okay? Amount of people who do arbitrage, wholesale, private label, the same amount or around the same amount will succeed, and around the same amount will fail. I truly do not think that there's more risk in private label. In fact, and this isn't me trying to pick on the comment or anything, or pick on the person who left the comment. Like, I think this is actually a good comment. Let's break it down. What makes private label more risky? Because we have to be analytical. Business isn't opinion based. The market doesn't care about your feelings. The market only cares about analytics. So if we were to write down on a board, boom, 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 what's more risky about private label? What is it? More complicated? No, it's very simple. The steps are simple. Executing on business is difficult. The steps are very simple. In fact, private or arbitrage is going to have the same issues: repricing, getting ungated. In fact, I go live every single day, right, y'all? Almost every single day. I get significantly more, like 110% more comments on I'm having issues getting ungated. How do I get ungated? Ungated than I ever do about product research for private label. So it's not more complicated. The steps are all the same. So analytically, what is more difficult or risky about private label? Someone said brand awareness. That's not true. You want to know why? Well, okay, sorry. Let me rephrase because I want to not come off like, yeah, anyways, that is true. People know Nike more than they know my brand. But here's an interesting thing. the searches for something like water bottle is actually probably more than somebody searching for the specific brand of Nike. So is brand awareness really a perk, right? Because, okay, the arbitrage and wholesale guys are using the traffic of Nike, but when somebody searches a keyword water bottle on Amazon, because Amazon is a search-based platform, I have equal opportunity to make those kinds of sales. I'm not trying to say I have equal opportunity to be as big as Nike. They're $1 billion company. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in terms of the awareness side. So then again, let's break it, because the wholesale and arbitrage guys who are on these lives, they're going to sit there and tell you, no, the ads and this and this and that. They can use the flashy terms. They'll never get in a live with me, and we can sit there and debate, because I'll really break it down for them. So what's more complicated? Advertising? Advertising is actually a perk to me in private label, because if I'm at 10K converting well on ads, then I can increase my ad spend. I can add more keywords, and that can actually help my revenue go up. Right? Okay, so I don't see any other comments, so I'm going to assume that we're all on the same page, that private label is not more complicated than arbitrage and wholesale, or more difficult. If somebody wants to drop in the comments something that they think is more complicated or difficult, it's okay, but I'll break it down as to why it's not. Right? So be careful the flashy terms that you hear on Amazon. You get this, or on social media, you sell brand names that already exist. You don't have to advertise. People already know Nike. They don't know the new brand that you would create with private label. It's all nonsense, right? Exactly. See, look at this. Ungating process is hard. Did anybody, even though I know that it's difficult, you didn't see anybody come in here and say product research for private label is hard. That happens, and it is one of the more difficult parts. So I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to play that game, but what I'm saying is point proven. Ungating. Bro, you buy any nice cars? I'm not really a car guy. I just said not really a guy. Pause. Branded, ungating is hard. Brooklyn in the YT chat said the same thing. JS, thank you so much for the follow. Jesus, thank you so much for the follow. JS, thank you for sharing the live. And which markets do you sell? All types of markets. We are not tied down to one. How do you deal with people who steal your product and start selling it on Amazon? It's wallpaper. I just win by having great conversion, great ads, great listing. If I launch a differentiator first and someone has to copy me, I'm already ahead. They're chasing me. Oops. They're chasing me. Hey, Luke, just started my PPC. Initially, my CTR is really good. However, my conversion is really poor. I think it's a good listing. Do you think I should tinker with the price? Bailey, how many reviews do you have? Also, send me your listing, brother. Perks of being in the AMZ Masterclass mentorship. Not so much on white label. Exactly. The crazy part is I knew you first before I started wholesale. It's all good, man. It's all good. How many products do you have selling right now, including variations? 40 plus. Not on this specific account, across accounts. No, technically you can't, Abdil. I wish I can start, but I'm really confused and scared about starting. Do your research. I have lots of free videos on how to start from start to finish. Currently in negotiations to place my order for 400 units. I would do 100 to 300. 400 is a bit much, but by the way, did optimizations as you suggested, and I'm organically on page 1 now. I just want to pin this real quick because I'm going to pat myself on the back here for a second. So Peace was in the live last week. We actually got her in. She joined the live as a guest, and we were breaking down her ads for free, no charge. There was no catch to that. But I made a comment about how if she joined the PPC Masterclass in the AMZ Masterclass, I made a bold claim. I said, if you join and you do not see, you implement the strategies and you do not see improvements, I will refund you for the PPC Masterclass part of it, right? 1 week later, I did the optimizations you suggested, and I'm organically on page 1 now. Boom. I'm just kidding. It was definitely, obviously she has a great product. Obviously she Her conversion, she was just sharing, her conversion was at 15%. It was just strategy. She just had to implement the right strategies. And, I don't get the credit for that. How much should I start as a beginner? 3K USD. How many reviews do you have? User 99. I'm going to do private label next year because I'm in debt right now and I'm going to fix that slowly. Yes, get out of that debt. That is a good move. Been wanting to get into ecom for years. Out of all the pages I've seen, you seem the most legit. I appreciate that, JS. I appreciate that. I try to be as transparent as I can. I tell you guys what it is. If in fact I think I'm too transparent to my own detriment, right? But I'd rather be transparent than sell my soul. How can I connect with you to go over my PPC campaigns? That's only available to my students. Pause. Yeah, that was a little sus, Enrique, what I said. Do people usually make money they're happy with in your mentorship? I can't guarantee results. No program, coach, or anything can actually guarantee results. There are students who most definitely win who are in my mentorship, though. You can go look at my student results tab on my TikTok and scroll through all the different wins that have happened in my program. In fact, something to keep in mind when you're scrolling through those wins is I have 300 students. We only take on an X amount of students every month, because my program's a little bit different. Like if I proxied people off to coaches, I would be able to take on a lot more students, but it's a lot more personable with my mentorship. So we only take on a few students every month. In fact, most of you who, let's say there's 30 people in this live, if all 30 were to go apply for the program right now, 90% of you would be turned away and wouldn't even actually be able to join, because we have a tight-knit little group. User 67, thank you so much for the follow. I got 28 reviews, 13 more on the way through Vine, friends and family. I think you'll see a boost from those 13, but send me your listing as well, Bailey. So private label is better done everything, in my opinion. The other ones still work, but in my opinion, private label is better. Also, we've been on live for a minute, yo. If you have low capital, how can you scale up faster? Start saving. Sell things, garage sales. Where do you buy products? Alibaba. Feels so bad. Only got 50% of my Vine review, the rest never reviewed. Give it time. What items do you recommend for beginners? I don't recommend products for people. I'm also noob on PPC, also learning heaps. It's amazing how much the data tells you. 100% Bailey. Bailey, do you still have your one-on-one call, bro? It's not too bad when you have a good CPA payment. If we share our listing, isn't that risking having our product stolen? No. What do you mean? I don't recommend sharing your listing to the masses. Bailey's in my mentorship program. So one of the perks of being in the program is my students can send me their listing and then I'll audit them, give them any tips that I see, any gaps in the market that I see. No, you're not a stalker at all, user 23. I appreciate all the love. In fact, you're one of the real, not to, how do I word this? You're a real one, I should say. I wasn't trying to undermine anyone else. You're a real supporter for sure. And I appreciate that. I've launched. You got to get those reviews up, user 99. But on that note, everybody, I've been live for a minute. I do appreciate y'all. If you guys like the lives, like the videos, and want me as your personal mentor, and to have things like my PPC Masterclass, my exact steps and strategies on how to launch a product on Amazon, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass mentorship program in the TikTok bio. We didn't get to 5K likes and 50 shit. You know what? Hold on. YouTube, I love y'all. God bless you. And make sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass in the YouTube bio. We're going to end the YouTube stream. TikTok, I got you.